Latest on Hurricane Florence, which has intensified slightly according to the latest satellite estimates, now at 140 miles per hour and a pressure of 945 millibars. At 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, September 11th, it was at 27.3 degrees north, 66.5, I believe, degrees west, and it's a stage 5 on the CDPS scale still. Damage potential is devastating. There is the storm located in between Bermuda and the Greater Antilles, 354 miles from Bermuda, 763 from Cape Hatteras now, 830 from Wilmington, 859 from Myrtle Beach, and 888 from Charleston. So it's moved just over 100 miles in the last 6 hours or so. A hurricane watch is in effect for Edisto Beach to the North Carolina-Virginia border. That remains as it was earlier this morning. A storm surge watch is also in effect for the same area. So looking at what one model is saying right now, the GFS, which is what we use on our graphics, throughout this week you can see the storm progressing towards the coast, and like some models have been saying, the storm is expected maybe to slow down, but some models think that the storm may stall just before landfall, and the latest GFS run actually has a bit more of a straightforward landfall there, but it still slows down and stalls inland as it goes in there. What it does mean is that if the storm slows down before landfall, then it may strike as a less powerful hurricane, but the wind field will probably be larger and the flooding threat will be much more substantial. So it's not necessarily better if the storm slows down and weakens before landfall. These are the sea surface temperatures, 28 or 29 degrees Celsius all the way up until land. There's plenty of time for further strengthening, and this is what we're looking at over the next few days. Looking at the wind field now, you can see the storm progressing towards land. The latest GFS run actually quite a bit further south than what previous runs have been saying. Initially we were looking at stalling off the outer banks, but now it's looking like near Wilmington for a landfall area, although it does slow down before landfall as noted, and a little system near Bermuda by the looks of things at the end of the weekend as well, possibly a new development there, but very weak system. Chance of tropical storm force winds look like this then: 95% as you'd expect at Wilmington, 77% at Myrtle Beach, Cape Hatteras at 90%, Charleston 45%, and Norfolk at 60%. So those percentages fluctuating just a little bit here and there. Well, let's see what some of the other models say. You can actually see two of them there now calling for a Category 5 peak very soon. I don't think that's quite going to happen given how the storm hasn't intensified enough to match those models so far. But wind shear is low for the next 24 hours or so, so that is the window that Florence has to reach its highest intensity. Sea surface temperatures, as mentioned, are going to stay warm. Relative humidity looks good. Look at those tracks on the left hand side, still a little bit split, including the CTCX, which has the storm looping off the shore just like the GFS did in recent runs. But let's talk about right now. This is what Florence currently looks like. It has the potential to deliver severe storm surge, hurricane force winds, or even major hurricane force sustained winds, and rainfall amounts we expect from the models. 24 inches looks like a safe bet for at least those amounts somewhere in North Carolina, and those amounts could be higher than that. By the way, that's 2 feet, and we'll have more updates on this storm as we get more information. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com with the latest. You can also find our YouTube page. You're probably there already, but if not, subscribe if you haven't so far. You can also find our Facebook page, Force 13 all in text, and it's at Force 13 on Twitter if you'd like to get in touch with us on there. You can also help the project become even better by enjoying the benefits of patronage. You can find out more information about how to become a patron and what those benefits are at patreon.com/Force13. And you can tune into Force 13's live feed at any time. It's now entering its 4th day of service. youtube.com/Force13/live for the latest.